Hello class, good day to you all. Welcome to the 5th day of our website creation masterclass. And today we are going to be concentrating on creating forms. There are a whole lot of forms that make up a website, still dependent on what the website wishes to accomplish and the functionalities that are embedded on the website. We have registration forms, we have the login forms, we have the contact us forms. When you want someone to subscribe to a particular thing on your website, you use forms to get them to subscribe. When you want people to change their email or change their password, you use forms to get them to do so. When you want people to upload things on your website, you use forms to get them to do so. When you want your visitors or your users to create profiles on your website, update their profiles, and do a whole lot of things, you use forms to make them to do so. So forms are one of the indispensable tools that are used in modern day websites to capture people's information, to capture people's data, to capture your customers' data and keep them on your database for future purposes and use. So today we are going to look into how to use forms, where to use forms, when to use forms, how to create login form, registration form, and contact form, and as well as other forms. And of course, as we learned in our last class, we're going to be accomplishing these things with the help of plugins. So as I said earlier, on talking about forms, they are used to capture information about your users. They are used to create profiles, used to contact you. You can use forms to make people register for a particular program, just as we used a form in our last class to make people register for website creation masterclass. A form can be a simple input that just allows people to put in their email and click subscribe, and they automatically subscribe to your services. Then how do you use form? You use form by placing it in strategic places in your website. For instance, when you create a website, you definitely have the registration page, depending on what the website wants to achieve anyway. For instance, if you create an e-commerce website, you want people to register so that they can be able to make payments and their information are registered on your website, because without such information, then making purchases will be pretty difficult, because creating an e-commerce website requires some level of security, and only customers who are verified, that is, who are registered, can be able to use such services. So when you create an e-commerce website, you have a page, a registration page. So in that registration page, what will be there will be what? The registration form. So someone cannot click register and the person sees login. It's totally out of place, except in those situations where you don't want the customers, maybe if you find yourself in an environment or in a situation where customers are very busy and they wouldn't want to stress themselves too much when they come to your website. There are ways you can combine and put both registration and login on the same page. And as you can see with some forms, when you go to the registration page, you will also see a note below, already a user, sign in here. So just by clicking that sign in here, will automatically direct you to the login page. So the registration form will be on the registration page, the login form will be on the login page, the contact form will be on the contact on the contact page, or any other page you want to put it. Then if you want to create forms like profile creation or editing and all that, you put it in their respective pages. Their profile page, change password will be in the change password page. So as we go on, we'll see how to create those pages and put such forms in them. Then where to use forms is very easy to answer. You use forms whenever you want to use them. You use forms when it is necessary, when it becomes important that you must use them. You don't just create a website and you put registration form when maybe basically it's just a blog that people come and read and go, and you want them to register. It probably may not work that way, except maybe you're trying to create a community of persons who have interest in a particular thing, and in such a way you lock some content such that some specific people with certain rights will be able to access that content, then if you're creating such a community, even if it's a blog, then you need a registration form so that only registered members who log in can access some basic functionalities, whereas others who don't register or log in may not access such functions. And you can also use it in situations where you are offering a paid service. People access some functionalities based on their subscription, where you have basic members, premium members, gold members, and what have you. So in such situations, you also need what? You need forms. So that is for when to use forms. Then creating login forms. Let's quickly go to creating login forms. But I think creating registration forms should have come before creating login forms. So let's go over to our dashboard and start from somewhere. Let us visit our plugins page. Our plugins page. This is our plugins page. Yesterday, as we were trying to get some things done, I activated some plugins that I wish to deactivate now, like this school management system. We don't really need it now, so I'll deactivate it. So I want a plugin that can serve the purpose of helping people register on our website as well as helping them log in. Most of the times, in fact 99% of the times, plugins that allow people register also come with a login functionality, as well as a functionality that allows you to create any other form you want to create with them. So let's also go and search for registration. Let us be more diverse a bit. Let's leave, yesterday we downloaded a plugin that can allow someone to register for our website creation masterclass. So let's leave that plugin and look for another one that can serve also the same purpose. By so doing, you will see how different plugins, even though they serve the same purpose, rather work. So these are plugins for registration that allows people to register on a website. A whole lot of them. In different functions. So let's use this first one: user registration, custom registration form, login, and user profile for WordPress. So this plugin allows people to register on your website. You can create registration forms with it. You create login form. Then the registration form, you can customize it to your taste, remove some fields if you want to. Then it also gives a function for people to have profiles on your website. So we are going to install this plug-in. Okay, it says the installation field destination folder already exists. Installation field. Okay, to avoid wasting much of our time, let's try another one. Let's look at registration magic, custom registration forms, and user login. It's taking some time. Okay, this is installed, so let us activate. Good. The plugin has been activated, so I can go to settings and see if there are things I can set. Okay, we have general settings. Let's see what is contained in the general settings. Okay, form style. You can choose the form style you want, either classic or match my theme. If you choose match my theme, it will automatically assume the style of the theme that is installed on your website. If you use classic, it will assume the classic registration form theme. So let's use match my theme, so it will assume the style of what we have on our website. Then here you can set the layout. You see different layouts here. See label left, label at the top, and then we have the double column. So let's use the label left. Okay, let's use the label at the top to avoid occupying much space. So allowed field types. These are the field types that are allowed: JPG, JPEG, PNG, GIF, doc, PDF, docx, and text. That is for when you want to upload something on the website. As if you're creating a form that allows people to upload. These are the 5 formats that they can upload. So here you can click allow uploading multiple files, but this feature is not available. They say to unlock this feature, please upgrade. So we need to upgrade to unlock this feature. So hide WordPress toolbar. You have to click here. It hides the WordPress toolbar for logged in users. Okay. If you want to add a logo to the form at the header, you can choose the logo here, but all these are not necessary. So I've made the settings that I want, and I click save. Okay. There are a whole lot of other settings like email configuration settings. This is payment settings in case you're running a website that allows people to make payments on your website. Then profile grid, the profile page of the users, how or the format you want them to be. But we're going to leave all that for now. When you install this plugin on your trial version of your website, you can access all these functionalities and see the user account, password behavior, manual approvals, how users are being approved. You see that when someone registers on your website, the person is automatically approved. There are websites that when you register, they will ask you to wait so that admin will approve you. And there are websites that when you register, they will send you an email on your email address. Once you click the link that is being sent to you, they will approve you. And there are some websites that when you register, they won't send any email. Once you register and click login, you can input your login details and you automatically become a member. So this is where you do all those. Activate users automatically, deactivate user for manual approval, send verification email. So this is where you do all those stuffs. So let's use send verification email, and it seems we are not even permitted to use them. Here it says that for us to use these other functions, that we have to what? We have to upgrade. So ladies and gentlemen, let us stick to the function that we can what? Afford. Let's save as well. Let's continue. So I'm done with this. So I go to all forms. I go to all forms. All forms. This is a registration form, simple contact form. So this is where you make changes for the login form. So this is a registration form. They are already set. So this is the short code. Yesterday we talked a little bit about short codes, and we told you that short codes are codes that gives you a manifestation of what the plugin wants to do on a particular page once you paste them on that page. So what happens is that, okay, yesterday when we created a contact form, we copied the short code and pasted it on our contact page, and immediately we loaded the website, the contact form appeared there. So in the same vein, this simple registration form, when I copy this short code and place it on a registration page or any other page, this registration form will appear there. And if you can remember vividly, we've not actually created a registration page. So let's go to pages and create a registration page for this website. Add new page. The title of the page will be user registration. So I paste my short code here and I publish. So when I tend to view this website, this page rather, it says register with us by filling out the form below. Your first name, your last name, your email address, your phone number, your website, and then create account. So this is the default registration form that they made. So what happens is that you can edit it to your taste if you want. The fields that are marked with asterisks are compulsory fields. So if you notice here, the registration form here does not provide a field for you to input your password, and as well as repeat password, then create account, because you can create an account and access that account without having to create a password. So that means that this plugin is somehow not complete, or probably maybe if you upgrade as a paid member user of this plugin, you can activate the settings that allows you to automatically send email address to a new registration. Then from the email address, they'll be redirected to a link where they can impute their password or create a password that they will use to access the website. I think that's how this registration magic registration page actually works. But since you are not a paid member, once the person finishes and clicks that create account, the person will automatically be logged into the website to access all the functionality. So it's actually a disadvantage for us right now. As we all know, everything that has advantage also has disadvantages. So that is a disadvantage for this form. But at least we've learned something with this. I've created a user registration page. So what I do is I will still go to I'll go to dashboard, then go to customize your site, because if you check the menu bar, there is no menu option for registration, so I'll have to add it since I've created a registration page. If you check here, so I go to menus. This is the menu we are using. I'll add item. I'll add user registration. Login has been automatically created here. I'll add login. So I can rearrange this. I can push login up, push user registration up, so that immediately you see home, about, then you see, okay, I can see push registration up, push login up, so that you see home, user registration, login, about, blog, and then contact. I'll publish. So go back to our website. So this is it: home, user registration, login, about, blog, and contact. So once someone visits your website, the person clicks user registration to register, or the person is already a registered user, the person clicks login, it will lead them to the login page. But now I'm already a user here, I've already logged in, so they will tell me you are already logged in and give me a place where I can log out. So that is it. So this is my profile page, where I can even add pictures here, like a picture here, personal details, registrations, payment history, reset password, logout. So when I go to, okay, these are personal detail registrations. Say you've not submitted any forms yet. Payment history, you have no payment history transaction yet. Reset password, they will take me to a page where I will have to reset my password. I'll put the old password, the new password, confirm new password, then reset password. So merely installing that plugin installed all these functionalities on the website. Remember, you didn't see me creating any login page, do you? No. So once I install the plugin, the login page created automatically. Yeah, some plugins are like that. Once you install them, they will create pages for you on your website. So it's left for you to now make those pages visible to your viewers, but the pages will be automatically created. So it's now left for you to go to customize and make those pages visible to your users such that they can view them. Then you might be wondering, why is it that even when I am logged in, they are still showing me a login here or user registration here? Normally, in every good and well designed website, once a user logs in, this login will disappear, user registration will disappear. What you will see is home, about, blog, contact, and logout by this side. So we are going to do that, but not today. When we are building our websites, the four different websites we are going to be constructing in order to test our prowess on everything we've been learning, we are going to dive into how to make user registration and login to disappear when someone logs in, and when you log out, they will come back again in case you are not a user to register, or you want to register a new user, or you want to log in again. But once you log in, the user registration menu option and the login option disappears from the menu bar. So with that, we are going to do before we end this website creation masterclass. So this is how this plugin works. If we have to go back and try another plugin for registration. Let's uninstall this plugin. Let's go to plugins and uninstall, then try out another one, at least one more before we end the class for today. This is registration magic. Let's deactivate it. They're asking for the reason why I want to deactivate. I don't really have any reason. Ladies and gentlemen, it's like we've downloaded a plugin that can be deactivated. Wow, this is very serious. Okay, we just have to ignore that. Let's look for another plugin. Okay, we tried installing this before and it failed. Let's see if it will install again. I've used this plugin sometime before and the plugin worked well. Okay, it's still failing. So let's try out this one. User registration and user profile builder. Let's try this one and see what happens. So let's activate. Okay, so as we activate, this is their home page. So they say speed up the setup process by automatically creating form pages. So once I click create form pages, just as I said earlier, they will automatically create the pages we want for us, such as the registration page and the login page. So here is their shortcodes. WPPB login for login. If you copy it and paste it in a page where you want the login form to appear, the WPPB register, you copy it and paste in a page where you want the registration form to appear. WPPB edit profile, you copy it and paste in a page where you want your users to edit their profile. Recover password, you paste it in a page where you want your users to recover their passwords, or you want them to change their passwords. So let's allow the plugin to create the pages for us. So these are the pages: the edit profile page, the login page, and the register page. They've all been created with their various shortcodes. So let's, for instance, the edit profile page, let's view this page and see what the page is all about. Okay, this is it. So here you can edit your profile information and even change your password here and update. The login page will always tell us that you are currently logged in. You should log out. Then the registration page so this is the registration page for this particular plugin. So this particular plugin allows people to input their password as well as repeat password to confirm that they can remember their password. Then if you want them to send your credentials to your email so that you can always check and remember your credentials, you can tick here and click add user. But you can also edit. We can edit this. We can go to the form itself. Is the profile builder. We can go to settings. We can edit. We can make some. So this is the settings. You can come here and edit. You can even set the minimum password length you want your users, which we know that default is always 8. Then minimum password strength, that is, you want your users to input passwords that have great strength. You can enable this, or you disable it. You can set it to very weak, medium, or strong. When you set to strong, it will require the user to input passwords that have at least alphabet numbers, a capital